This team is so much fun. I've been using it since the first Kanto Cup where you can actually gain elo. I gained a lot of elo with this team. I think I've played this team like 80% of Kanto Cup because it's really good and it's really fun. A ton of fun Pokemon like Electrode with Hyper Beam and Gengar. Also, Alolan Graveler is kind of underrated. Really good Pokemon in Kanto Cup. Absolutely a blast. Let's get into the games.
That's me.
So we got 5 games here with this new team. The first 5 games I've played of Kanto Cup. And we got the Gengar into the Hypno. Not a great matchup, to be honest. Obviously, doing super effective damage both ways. We start out with lag. Great introduction to the Kanto Cup. I swap out as soon as I can into Electrode. A lot of Hypnos do run Thunder Punch in Kanto Cup, so I'm just banking on this being a Thunder Punch. If it's a different Elemental Punch, nope, it is the Thunder Punch. Okay, that's fantastic. Tickles me. So in comes the AWAC. A lot of people will respect Foul Play because another good coverage move from Electrode is running Foul Play. I'm obviously running Hyper Beam, but a lot of opponents will respect it. And I think he did respect that Foul Play there. We did CMP on that. I have another discharge, so I don't really want to waste the rest of my energy. So I definitely want to shield that up and try to get off the rest of my energy and try to go for the back-to-back here. I get greedy to go for this back-to-back. And as you can see, I have to use 2 shields, which isn't ideal because Gengar definitely needs shields, and a Fire Spin is coming through. This Fire Spin could absolutely KO my Electrode, so I might not get the back-to-back off, so I have to swap out of it. So I swap out of it to take the Fire Spin on my Graveler. I am going to be taking this Bone Club or Shadow Bone, which is going to be super effective, but Graveler, it has some bulk to it. And at this point, the AWAC is in Rock Blast range, so I just have to be careful to throw the... Oh, and here comes a swap, though, actually. Here comes the Hypno back. But this is quite good for me. I am low health, but this Rock Blast should just about take out the Shadow Hypno. That's what we're hoping for, at least. It does, just barely takes it out. And the AWAC is in Rock Blast range. I have a Rock Blast already. Might as well let him do a Fire Spin and let me get an extra Volt Switch of energy, because we do not know what the back Pokemon is, and all my Pokemon are pretty low health. I do have a Discharge banked. I died to a Charm, so that's good. That means I'm going to easily outpace it. If it was Powder Snow, that would be scary, because they could outpace me to a Weather Ball before I get to the Sludge Bomb, but Charm, no problem. Gonna Sludge Bomb it out, take it out. Good introduction to Kanto League. A little lag to start it out, but you know, what can you do? Gengar into Beedrill. This is a good matchup. I have to be careful about drill runs, but I resist the poison jabs. I resist, double resist, I believe, the X's or Fell Stinger, whichever they're throwing. And it looks like they threw right when they got the drill run, so I do respect it. But they throw the Fell Stinger, which buffs their attack. That's not great. They already got this bait off. I just want to get this thing close to Shadow Punch range, which it is now. It almost dies to Shadow Punch. Like Shadow Punch plus a couple Shadow Claws will be able to take out this Beedrill. But they shield it, so... Oh, and then they swap into the Muck, but I'm able to bank some energy. I was actually trying to swap, but the swap didn't register, so I inadvertently banked more energy than I intended to, but I'll take it. I believe I have like a Shadow Punch, almost a Shadow Punch plus Sludge Bomb on the Gengar. Gengar energy is pretty impactful against anything that's not like Alolan Muck. So good to have all that energy. Now I'm just throwing the Discharge because my goal is not to win this matchup, but to set it up to gain momentum on my Graveler. Like, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. They throw too soon before I would get to another move. Maybe they didn't want to take more Volt Switch damage, but this is setting me up setting me up on a T just to gain momentum with my Graveler. Because I just farmed it down so comfortably. Graveler energy is really impactful. Obviously, I'm only using Rock-type charge moves, but here comes the Wigglytuff. So this is an interesting scenario. I think I'm going to go for the Stone Edge. I do go for the Stone Edge. A Charm does go through. Maybe I want to swap out and try to take that Charm on the Gengar. Well, it depends if they shield or not. They no shield it, so I do go Gengar. We instantaneously swap, which is really good for me. Really, really good for me. So this is definitely going to force the shield. It does. I have back-to-back. They get a Poison Jab through, which is a little unfortunate, but they are almost in range of dying to Shadow Punch. 1 or 2 Shadow Claws will take it out. Let's see if one does it. Yep, one does it. So they don't even get to that drill run they were trying to get to. And now I can just easily get to the Sludge Bomb, but they resign. Kanga. It's like in the Safari Zone. Ah, makes you feel. Makes you think. Okay. Decent lead. Like, I like it, but it's kind of annoying because I do play the bait game a little bit. I usually charge up and throw the Shadow Punch, which maybe isn't the best way. I might as well just... I think I get the 2 Sludge Bombs. This is actually the rank 1 shiny. So, the best IVs you can get. I do go for the bait. They call it. Well done. And so now, they're obviously going to shield this because even if I bait again, I don't have time to get to a Sludge Bomb, so they're going to shield it. Yep, they shield it. I grabbed the shield at least. At this point, he's in range of Discharge plus Volt Switch, so I have to shield this. Charm Energy, usually pretty impactful. Ice Beam, not that impactful, though. So I am going to go for the Discharge and try to soften him up for a farm down. A Charm does go through. I kind of do want this Discharge to kill, so I don't have to take this Charm, but getting another Volt Switch isn't the end of the world too, but it does kill. Perfect. Okay, so I have like no energy on Gengar. I have no foul play here. I am in a little bit of trouble. Good timing though to deny their Fire Spin, and I believe I am at foul play energy, so hopefully they respect it. They don't respect it. No respect for my Electrode. And this will take me out. There's no point of ever shielding this because, I mean, I could get to another Discharge probably, but he's just going to farm me down. So, just going to go in with the Graveler and try to farm down as much as I can here. I'm thinking that if I get him low enough, I can sneak attack him with Gengar. Bring in the Gengar, finish him off with a Shadow Claw or 2 really quick before he can react. Bone Club does about... I'm under half health now, so now I'm just trying to soften him up for the sneak attack. And here comes the sneak attack. 1 claw, 2 claw, but he barely gets out of there. Uh-oh, he barely gets out of there. But the good news is that sneak attack allowed me to get to a Shadow Punch, which will soften up the Lapras, which might bring it in range of dying to 2 Rock Blasts. I am at a Rock Blast. I throw it straight away, but an Ice Shard goes through. That's not ideal. At this point, I need to get to 2 Rock Blasts because the AWAC definitely left with a Bone Club. So if I don't have energy to kill the AWAC, it's just going to Bone Club me before I can kill it with a Volt Switch. So this is going to be quite close. I have to get 2 more Volt Switches in. 1, 2, there it is. I get the energy for double Rock Blast. Does Rock Blast take out the Lapras? It is super effective, but Rock Blast is a bad move. Not an ideal move, but it takes it out. It's low enough. And here comes the next Rock Blast. And that save energy goes to waste because Alolan Graveler wins CMP with Alolan Marowak. And I'm loving this team so far. Alright. Gengar into Magneton. Shadow Magneton. Is this guy trying to outspice me? This is, I think, a positive matchup. But one I want to swap out of to try to absorb this energy so I don't have to shield. I'd prefer not to shield, and they banked up a lot of energy, so I actually get the Discharge off, which threatens their shield because they're quite low health at this point. So they will probably shield. Yeah, they do shield, and I'm like in the back of my head, I'm like, are they gonna like Zap Cannon me or something? Could they one-shot me with a Zap Cannon even though it's resisted? Shadow Magneton hits really hard, but the Magneton, or the Magnet Bomb, does less than half my health. I get an extra Volt Switch through on his back-to-back, which is really good. And now I'm close to the next Discharge, and here comes Wigglytuff. I do get this Discharge before I die to this Charm that is going through at the moment. So this is interesting. This is an interesting scenario. I could try for a big farm down with Graveler, but I resist charm. So I'm gonna like, the thing is, I still want energy on Graveler. Like, I don't want to just kill this Wigglytuff and be energy dry with Graveler. So I'm gonna try to go for the Shadow Punch to soften it up a little bit. I know this Shadow Punch doesn't do very much, and I'm gonna bank a Sludge Bomb, which is very important. I left with Sludge Bomb energy, and I'm going to go for the farm down, but I don't get the farm down before they get to a charge move. I have 2 shields, though. It's better for me to gain energy momentum and to use a shield than to just be sitting there with 2 shields, in my opinion. So I do go for that energy momentum. Here comes the Magneton. I do 1 Volt Switch to get to the Rock Blast because he was energy dry going out of that last matchup pretty much. And if he shields this, I'll Rock Blast him again. But he no-shields it, and we have a backline matchup against Snorlax. So this is interesting. I think I have time to get the 2 Stone Edges, and I do have the Sludge Bomb banked on my Gengar. So that's pretty important for me. He lets the first one go. Thought I was going to bait with Rock Blast. Now I really just want to get to the Rock Blast to get the shield. I get the shield now. Now, time for the combo move. I'm going to be able to jump out, hit the Sludge Bomb, and KO the Shadow Snorlax. Really fun team by them, except for the Charmer. The Shadow Magneton, Shadow Snorlax. Cool Pokemon. Okay, here we go. Takuya, man. Alright, Gengar into Marowak. Good lead. Not dominant, because AWAC can fight back if you're not careful, but definitely a positive lead. At this point, I'm just trying to bank up energy, hoping to get an extra Shadow Claw through. I do get that extra Shadow Claw through. This is a Bone Club. I will go ahead and shield that. So they did put me in a position where I shielded first. They could swap out of here, so I'm going to be patient. Just because they forced my hand with a shield, they could maybe swap out, which would be a good move. But right as the end of that Fire Spin animation was going through, I throw this move so that if he shields it, I can back-to-back win the CMP, and you'll have to shield again. And I do win that CMP. He'll have to either shield again or let this AWAC go. So that's quite nice for me. All right. And here comes a Muck. It gets in 2 Snarls because I was a little slow. I don't know if I was pressing it or I was just moving a little slow, but gets 2 Snarls in, which I have to remember for later. And at this point, I think I'm just going to go for the Sneaky Beam. No one tell this Clefable that I'm running Hyper Beam. I mean, a lot of Electrodes are running Hyper Beam at this point because it's such a good move, but no one tell this one. They knew. They knew the whole time. Not great, but the thing is, it's not terrible because I can gather some momentum with the Alolan Graveler. I'm going to have to give up a shield, but I should be able to farm this thing down. And I get this extra Volt Switch, which is actually pretty significant. It makes the farm down easier. Meteor Mash. So they should be getting close to their timer. If they're... Yeah, they should be close to their timer here. But I am farming them down. Okay. I get the full farm down. I go for the Stone Edge. I do have a Rock Blast as well, I believe. So Stone Edge plus Rock Blast should do it. They have 2 Snarls, so they're not at a move yet. So that's the 3rd Snarl. And I'm just going to get the Sludge Bomb. Take him out the fancy way, the Gengar way. The rank 1 shiny Gengar way. Isn't it beautiful? The Sludge Bomb resisted, but doesn't matter. Takes out the Alolan Muck. I love this team. There's a lot of flexibility with it, really good coverage, very switchable team, not rock paper scissory in my opinion, and that's what's really fun to me about these limited metas is the game becomes a lot more fluid and less linear in the way of like rock paper scissor, and you can switch around a lot more, bank energy, combo moves, really how I feel Pokemon Go should be. So I hope you try out this team. This team's strong, and this team is really fun. I love the Hyper Beam Electrode. I love playing Graveler, and rank 1 Shiny Gengar just makes me happy. So 5 games played in Kanto Cup so far, 5 wins. So I'll keep playing this today, I believe. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.